Remember when you were in primary school and how you couldn't wait for the bell to ring for recess? The only thing in your mind then was getting to the lady who sold the snacks in the schoolyard. What was her name again? We used to call her Miss Lady. And the snacks were all homemade, except for the bottles on her tray or table, which contained an assortment of sweets. Names like Kaiser Ball and Paradise Plums come to mind. Throw your mind back to the tambourine balls, not the tambourine seeds you're getting nowadays. You know, sugar cakes, tulum, kurma, anchar, palori with chutney, chana, and red mango. And how many of you remember ice blocks? You only got those if the lady lived near to the school, because these had to be refrigerated. Those were either milky or fruit flavored. And how about curry mango? Remember how you would lick your fingers afterwards to make sure you got every cent worth of it? Whatever happened to those snacks? And I often wonder, what do school children feast on at recess time nowadays? Well, in most cases, that particular lady is no longer there. And many of these old-time snacks are now being replaced by commercially produced ones. You know, the corn curls and other kinds of salty tidbits packaged in brightly colored plastics. And biscuits of every shape, size, and color. Now, you can call me old-fashioned if you like, but the paper packs held a special appeal for me. Chana sealed in a plastic bag, somehow that could never taste the same. And how many of you remember Chili Bibi? Remember how it always left you thirsty? Or the jokes about the sugar cakes and how the old lady chewed the coconuts to make them? But enough of me and my reminiscing. I suppose that's the price of progress. But I must remind you that these long-time snacks are very important if we're to preserve our cultural traditions. These snacks reveal so much of our past and of our development as a people, of how our ancestors made themselves at home in a strange and distant land. I'm sure you must have wondered at the origin of some of these, like bara, kurma, and palori. Well, these are from our East Indian ancestors, who came here as indentured laborers. Tulum and Chili Bibi, of course, are from our African ancestors. And while we're on this subject, when was the last time you saw some good pimi? Now, not the kind that's wrapped in tin foil. I'm talking about the real one here, you know, in fig leaves, what we call banana leaves. And how about pone, cassava or corn? And do any of you younger ones know about cassava bread? You know, when I reflect on some of these goodies, I admire how self-sufficient our forefathers were. Apart from growing their own food, they provided their own sweetmeats, and may have come up with some original ones too. Like farine, for instance, made from grated cassava. That could be stored for months on end. A kind of cornflakes, if you like. However, a quick word of warning. Before you buy any of these snacks, I suggest that you check to see whether the seller is observing safe food handling procedures. You know, and not holding the food item with the same hand as the money. Always make sure that the food is stored in a sealed container, or at least that it's properly covered, you know, so that dust and flies are kept away. Now, once you're sure that all the rules are being observed, go ahead and buy, and eat, and enjoy. Now, let's rejoin Stoke for a sneak preview of next week's program.
Next week, we are off to Toko to see how this picturesque little hamlet is making out with the hard times. We'll also reminisce about the old times when sugar and cocoa were king, as we gaze upon that venerable water wheel in Diego Martin. And you water sport enthusiasts will be thrilled with a relaxing new sport that's creating quite a stir. Learn all about kayaking. Until next week, I'm Stokes and Hill.